Hey, hey, yeah. Shout to day 43, yo, that's the OG. Hex, crypto, big payday, you gon' see. Yo, it's November 19, that's the day they predict. Every time I spit, I bring the craziest shit. Shout to day 43, yo, that's the OG. Hex, crypto, big payday, you gon' see. Yo, it's November 19, that's the day they predict. Every time I spit, I bring the craziest shit. Yeah.
Man, thank goodness.
To justify what the hell we're doing here, man.
He's phony, she's fake. That's the type of people I hate.
Yo, y'all know the lyrics. Come on, sing with me. Shimmy, shimmy, y'all, shimmy, yam, shimmy, yeah. Give me the mic so I can take it away. Off on the natural charge, bon voyage. Yeah, from the home of the dog.
Man, it's unwrecked. Thank goodness.
Welcome to the Hex Late Show. It's 43 OG here with you on a Tuesday evening in Melbourne, Australia. What's going on, people? What's going on to everyone in the chat? Let me see. You guys got here early this week. See who's in here. What's going on, Finbear, Sky Pilot, Rick Davis, Red Squirrel, Mayo, Steve Mech 1966, Ted DeFi, Basso, Jose Sosa, Don't Panic, Sandip, T-Bird, Brizology, BTFD, Red Squirrel. I'm pretty sure I said red. Did I say that? Yeah, I did. Yeah, what's going on, fellas? What's going on? I heard this morning I was watching like a clip. I was like waiting for my son to be ready for school. And I was watching this little clip. Like I had 3 minutes to myself. And in this clip, there was a Hex hater. And he was saying, these were his words. He said, like in this clip, he said, fundamentally, Hex has no utility. And, you know, I don't like spending time on haters, but I just wanted to address this. I'm sure this guy isn't watching, but if he is, and I hope it does get to him, clearly this guy hasn't, you know, thought about this in depth. Because if we take some examples like certificates of deposit or term deposits, like we call them in Australia, I think we can say that the people who invest in them feel like they have utility. The utility is that they put their money somewhere and it makes more of the same. You could say it about stocks. Stocks in themselves don't have utility to the investor, but they can earn you dividends. They can go up in value. They can go down in value, but we hope that they go up in value. You can invest in property, like a residential or a commercial property, rent it out. You can't actually use that. You can't actually use that property yourself. You're just getting money from it. So it's useful. It has utility to you because it's making you more of the thing that you want. You put your money somewhere and it's making you more money. So I just thought that it wasn't very well thought through, this comment that this guy made. But let me bring up my homie who was in the Twitter Spaces earlier today. Tangent, my Australian homie. What's going on, Tangent?
Yo, sorry I'm late, and you're absolutely right. That's why I was late. I was in another Twitter space, which was PulseChain one with the crew, and I mistimed leaving there to get ready for this. But I'm here now.
That's all good, man. That's all good. That's all good.
And I did shill it. I did shill this stream in every single Twitter space I was in today. I think I was in 3 different Twitter spaces.
It's because you're a legend, dude. You're a legend. You're great at shilling the Hex Late Show. I've actually got something that I've had here for a little while. I'm going to shill of you. Let me see if this. I can't even remember what this QR code is. Look, I've got a QR code for Hex Tangent. I did this like weeks and weeks ago, and I totally forgot about it. So I'm not actually sure how this is going to work. If you're watching on a computer, you can probably get the QR code, and it will take you to Tangent's Twitter. So
cool.
But if you've got it on your phone, you probably have to screenshot it and then use the app to look at the image to get that QR code. If you're not already subscribed or don't already follow Tangent.
So you're saying from your phone, you can scan the QR code. Wait 1 second.
So you should be able to scan the QR code, and it should take you to, check it, by the way. It should be right.
Yeah, I was just going to test it out.
Can you imagine if it's like goes to some fucking porn site?
That would be a great prank.
And
if it is a porn of me, then it's a deep fake. It's fake news.
You say. That's your cover story. We went through this, man, a few weeks back.
Yeah.
That if there actually is porn in the wild of anyone, you just say, hey, my dick's much bigger. No.
Okay, so that's given me a link. Show options. So that's restream. Imagine if it was the link for people to be able to just join the stream. Oh, no, it worked. Yeah, it worked. That's so sick.
Cool. So there you
It
go.
looked like it was a restream link, but so is this a feature that is done through restream?
Yeah. I mean, you have to add it through restream.
That's
Like
actually so sick.
Yep. It's a
it
new
does
thing they
actually
added.
go straight to my Twitter. That's so cool.
Yep. So yeah. So I was just talking about like this hater. I watched a clip of a hater, and I try not to respond to haters at all. I'm not naming him because.
Oh yeah, I could hear you.
Yeah. Yep. But I just thought that the whole thing that it doesn't, like, Hex has no utility is just ridiculous. It's a ridiculous thing to say. Then no crypto has any utility then, because at the very least, you would say from a user's perspective, it has as much utility as Bitcoin from like a send and receive perspective.
Yeah, censorship resistant storage, value transfer, and transport.
Trustlessly. No admin keys. Permissionless.
Trust minimized.
Trust
minimized.
I mean, yeah, it's all a sliding scale, isn't it? I mean, even for Bitcoin, it's a sliding scale. I would say that, yeah.
I think the most important use case of crypto is censorship resistant value storage, transfer, and transport. That is king.
Yep. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, to say that something doesn't have utility, they're not going to make it, bro. NGMI.
Yeah. By the way, can I apologize to everyone for my connection? I have no idea why my connection. I actually got a better camera. Like my webcam is fucking better now. And for some reason, I don't know why my internet is wrecked. I don't know why. And it seems to get better over the course of the stream. But my apologies. Look, it doesn't make much. It's not like I'm any better looking when it's clear. So it might actually be better that it's the way it is.
Hey, see the hex price pumping right leading up into the show? Don't worry about the resolution, man. No one cares. Like, as in,
yeah, exactly. That's
as long as the audio is not getting chopped, we're good.
Yeah, yep, that's it. Yeah, so I'm just on about 3 frames per second, I think. But yeah. So what's happening with the price? We're at 5.1 cents.
Yeah, boy. You know what happened was there was an interstellar shift. There was a shift in planetary alignment. Corey Costa became a speaker within the Twitter space, and the price went up instead of down. Everyone was like, "What the?" So
I don't know what that means, dude. What does that mean?
normally, when he speaks, the price goes down.
I have no idea. What can you give me some context to this? This sounds funny as fuck, man.
This is just previous Twitter spaces, just previous Twitter spaces, and we tested it out. We got him to like leave the Twitter space. Price went up, came back in. Price went down. It was, but we're just trolling him. And by the way, Corey is a really good sport. Like he really allows us to joke around with shit like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he seems like that type of person.
He's way chill.
From his online presence, that's what I sort of have taken from that.
I think the city that I'm not going to dox either of these things, but if people don't know, but I think the city that he lives in and his cultural background are both aligned with not letting small things upset you.
Yeah. Can you give me a bit more, like, what I don't dox him, like, if he hasn't said it himself, but what cultural background? I took him for, like, he seemed like,
I'll send it in the private chat. I think this is public knowledge, but I just don't want to risk it. Like, I don't want to be that guy that just assumes that everyone knows something.
If I had to guess, I would be saying, like, he's not unlike myself.
Correct. Yeah, I sent you in the private chat.
Genetically speaking, I should say.
City and background, like city and heritage.
And I would go as far as saying, you know, what you've just written in the private chat, probably very southern of that country, you know, in the southern end of that country.
Oh, I don't. I'm bad with geography, even on countries that I live in, let alone ones that I don't.
Well, Italy's a lot like Australia in that way. Like, it has essentially a region at the bottom that's an island, just like we do. We've got like Tassie down the bottom of Australia, and Italy in the south has Sicily down the bottom.
I keep forgetting that Tasmania is part of Australia. See, I warned you guys. I'm bad at geography, even of the country I live in. How dumb was it that we wasted time in school learning like capital cities and state boundaries and shit? Like, you don't even need an AI to know that shit.
No, absolutely not. Yeah, I look, people in the chat, like, when you know, I assumed that he was Italian. I never asked the question, but I made that assumption because
I mean, there's lots of jokes
Dude.
about meatballs and stuff as well.
Bro,
Isn't there some
the dude
jokes
looks
about
like
meatballs?
genetically he's seems like someone who could carry rocks up a hill, and that is what
Oh, but
Sicilians do. That's
that
what
would,
Sicilians have traditionally done.
but
We
you
just
could be
fucking carry.
Polish, you could be Serbian, you could be like looking like a tank is not necessarily Italy only.
No, it's not just it's
Russians as well.
No, it's sort of the face. It looks to me, it looks very familiar, man.
Okay. So,
So hey, Corey and me could be related, bro. Corey and me could be related. If he's from Sicily, we could be related.
Wait, I'll tell you why I'm particularly hype about this hex pump, because some people might be saying, well, this is a little baby pump for ants. And if we hadn't crashed to like horrifically low prices below 5 cents, bro, what the F, bro?
It was awesome. Did you buy? I bought the
bro. I'm always buying. But the reason why I'm particularly pumped about this run up is it makes the crash look like a fake breakdown of these support levels, because I've got kind of a support zone that goes between like 4.8 cents or 4.9 cents to 5.1 cents. That zone I had boxed out as a support / resistance zone. So I really didn't want to go below it and have it turn into resistance. Then I was thinking, if that had happened, maybe some of these haters that are claiming that Hex is going to go down in price to like 4, 3, 2, 1 cents could have been not correct, but sort of like looking more like it just makes it statistically more likely. But we've basically shot back up. There was a massive wick, higher lows, and also it just looks like a decent bottoming pattern and a fake breakdown, which is common. It's common in crypto that you have these patterns, like you have these movements that are designed to trick people into thinking that a level has been broken. And then it's actually bullish when you have a breakdown. Failed breakdowns are bullish, failed breakouts are bearish. So this is currently bullish. It's probably a little bit early to be speaking like this, because we haven't gone above it and established it again as support. But it's looking good. It's looking strong. It's looking good. And by the way, the rest of crypto is getting bitch slapped. So this is strength and relative strength.
So can I ask you, what was happening in that Twitter Spaces that I came into? You actually like shouted me out when I came in, and you shouted out the Hex Late Show, and I think some people in there. That was the frog one.
Oh, okay. I was just about to say, was that because I've been in 3 today. I wasn't going to specifically say what the coin was, but I was really just going in there to effectively just give back a taste of when that community, and when I say community, it's really a single person community, comes into my. No, he doesn't. I invite him into my space. I even make him a co-host because we just get along well. Cookies. So basically, I enjoy.
So who is Cookies?
It's Orca. So okay. I enjoy. Ever since we used to do. He used to come on the Steak and Bake show as well. So ever since the first time we ever did Steak and Bake, I really enjoyed being on the same stream as him or whatever, because he gives me shit. Like that first time, he was just giving me, piling shit on me for being a BTC maxi and just ripping on the entire concept, saying like, just, it was very, but it's not dumbass, like, you fucking BTC maxi, like you're a dumbass, like you old tech. Like he doesn't use those retarded accusations that are like completely fucking false. Like, oh, it's old Like it's what's
Like,
the
like
main
the
one?
like the
It's
arguments
oh,
I use.
it's not energy friendly and it's old tech and it's fucking not going to pump hard and like shit like that. He was actually bringing like reasonable arguments as to why it's dumb to, even though I still disagreed, it's sort of like a higher level play than most people have when they're shitting on your coin. So I enjoy having the challenge of having someone of reasonable knowledge and intellect challenging my opinions and that. And even though I cop a lot of heat for it, I enjoy it. And I get a lot of positive feedback. People think it's really funny when we're just like giving each other shit.
I was like,
so I thought I would do the
I
same.
only
in
heard
reverse.
him giving you shit today. I only heard him like piling, like I think you just disappeared for a bit or couldn't talk or whatever it was. But he was just giving you shit for about 10 minutes.
I was
and
having
it was just
problems every now and then.
non-stop
I'd have
giving
to
you
drop
shit the
out
whole time.
and come back in.
It was just non-stop him giving you shit for like 10 minutes. And then I had to go, I had an appointment, I had to leave. But
I was really just
I was
there to
laughing
shill
the whole
Hex.
time. It was funny.
I was just really there to shill Hex. I just wanted to and just like effectively just mention Hex and Richard Hart as often as possible without getting booted, which is what he does when he comes to my space. He'll start slow and then just ramp up how much he's mentioning the coin he wants to shill until I have to mute the shit out of him.
Just reading these comments.
But
I
the
don't
thing
think
is,
your
the
friend
thing is,
Somi is Australian. He may be Tasmanian.
I am honest, like as in, I don't just say shit that fits my cause or my bags. If they ask me a question, like if they're like, how does the chart look? If the chart looks bullish, I'm going to tell them the chart looks bullish. Like I'm not going to lie or have like cognitive dissonance or, you know, that sort of thing. So I think they at least respect that although we do joke a lot. So I think a lot of people would struggle to know when we're being serious and when we're being joking, because I don't bother to tell people anymore.
Bro, I was laughing the whole time. For me, that whole thing I was listening to was all just funny as hell. It was so funny. I was laughing the whole time because for me, it was like you guys like doing your best to sound serious, but also like being full of like absolute shit and just like being as serious as you can. And it was hilarious.
Yeah, sound as serious as possible while being fully sarcastic. I actually got a DM from a Bitcoin maxi who was in the space saying that he also found it really amusing. He was like, I know that guy is a fucking shitcoiner and I don't like the fact that he's a shitcoiner, but he's fucking funny and fucking witty. And I really enjoyed chilling in the space while he was just like ripping on you and shit.
Yeah.
So that's pretty rare, right? Like for a Bitcoiner to be like, yeah, I enjoyed that space of like a shitcoiner space. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, dude, I can see the people who clicked on that link.
No way.
Yeah.
Does it give you my info? Like,
no.
Like,
Actually, hang on. Let me rephrase that. I can't see who's clicking on that link.
But
I can just see that there's been
this many unique identifiers.
In the same way that I can see how many people are watching the stream, but I can't see who's actually watching the stream apart from the people who are commenting in the chat. By the way, if you're watching this stream, one of the ways that helps the stream like get noticed by the algo is if you guys click the like. You know, I'm sure most of you are subscribed, but if you just click the like, that's really helpful to the stream, and we appreciate it. It gives me like like this chemical rush, you know, every time I see the like count go up. So that's all I have, man.
Hex versus ETH is fire at the moment, bro.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Can we see a chart?
Yes.
While you tee that up, let me play this clip of Elon talking about free speech, which incidentally is what a lot of people sacrificed their money, their crypto for for free speech. A lot of people sacrifice their crypto for free speech to get tokens on a chain called PulseChain. But let's look at this clip.
Important. And it's bizarre that we've come to this point where free speech used to be a left or liberal value. And yet we see from, the in quotes left, a desire to actually censor. That seems crazy. I mean, I think we should be extremely concerned about anything that undermines the First Amendment. There's a reason for the First Amendment. The First Amendment is because people came from countries where they could not speak freely, and where saying certain things would get you thrown into prison. And they were like, well, we don't want that here. And by the way, in many parts of the world, including parts of the world that people might think are relatively similar to the United States, the speech laws are draconian.
England is quite different.
I won't name any countries, but
England. Why
Canadians
are we
are going
protecting them?
Canada.
They have no First Amendment. It's very easy to prove libel in England, whereas here it's almost.
I love England, but
yeah, I do too. But I wouldn't want to say the wrong thing. Or
yes,
you could be sued easier. There are law in France. I think if you deny the Holocaust, which I think is abhorrent, but I also think it should be part of free speech.
Right.
You can be thrown into jail. Okay, so this.
I didn't know that.
I really can't emphasize this enough. We must protect free speech, and free speech only matters. It's only relevant when it's someone you don't like saying something you don't like, because obviously free speech that you like is
yes,
that's easy. So it's the thing about censorship is that sure for those who would advocate it, just remember at some point that will be turned on you.
Yeah, that's the point, man. That is the point that everyone always fucking forgets, that it's easy to back something until you're the person who's the target.
Yep.
And people forget that, man. People forget that. So you got to be willing to hear shit that you don't like, shit that you completely disagree with. I think it's just good to be able to hear that stuff and disagree with it, and not try and shut people down, man. Because if you're trying to shut other people down talking, one day, like Elon said, one day it might be you who's getting shut down, and what you're saying might be really, really fucking important. So just let everyone decide if it's important or not to them. Let people make up their minds. I mean, we've all got brains, apparently. So let us all just decide whether, people are fuckwits or not by what they say, and, move forward that way.
Yeah, that clip was awesome. That Elon Musk interview with that guy, it was sick. As time goes on, I'm more and more convinced that he actually gives a shit about things like free speech, and like obviously you never trust anyone fully when they're a billionaire, but like you've got to admit his movements so far have been pretty decent.
Yeah. Look, man, I repeat, you want to be able to hear people say stupid shit so that you know that that's what they think. It's fucking important, man. It's really important, because people are still going to think the stupid shit. They're just going to take their stupid shit underground. You want to know what people think, man.
Dude, I was watching, oh shit, I better not be specific. I was watching a sporting event on it was a free stream of a race, and there was a troll box that was anonymous, like truly anonymous. So you just come up as like a random username that you don't even set. And so people were able to write whatever they want. And it just took me back, bro. It took me back to like how the internet was before all the but the thing was, it wasn't like I was like, yeah, sick racist comments. It was just like, oh wow, this is what it's like when people don't have to fear that something is that they say is going to like get them. And so people were it was clear that people were going ham on this, like specifically saying the shit that you're not normally allowed to say. Like that they were just taking it out. Like they were making up for all of the time that they are not allowed to say any shit, that they have to be careful. They were making up for it in this one troll box. And it was fucking hilarious. It was absolutely hilarious.
Yeah, man. It's you know, in certain, I think when people are anonymous, like I think that for me, what's completely not acceptable is when someone has their face, their name, and they're standing behind their words and putting their words and thoughts out there. To me, it's unacceptable to censor that shit. Completely unacceptable. Like if someone's putting their name and face behind their ideas, that it's unacceptable for that to be censored in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah,
like I don't like.
I think that's a good rule.
And but to obviously there are some caveats to that. Like, you know, it doesn't mean I want. You know, I'm talking about adults. You know, obviously, it's not like I want. You know, I don't think little kids need to hear or see everything. Obviously,
we don't give a fuck what they think anyway.
This is true. As a father of 3, I don't care that my kids don't want to go to bed when I tell them to go to bed. I do not care.
Oh,
this
bro,
is true.
Pull up this chart, bro. We're gonna show what this is what the people really want us talking about. Check this shit out.
Ooh.
So this is Hex ETH, and we've been in this descending channel minus this little fake pump. Remember how I was saying fake breakouts, bearish? So anyway, effectively this channel's existed, if we want to be conservative and say that this wasn't part of the channel, it started here on the 24th of March. So over a month, like 5 weeks.
And what was the price then?
Oh, well, this is the ETH chart. Like, do you want the dollar price?
Oh, this is, hang on, sorry.
This is against ETH.
Sorry,
we can go on here and go back to the same.
No. That's the ETH Hex chart. Yeah. That's what you said earlier.
So at that time, I mean, this is a big ass candle, but the middle of that candle was 10 cents. So that was 10 cent Hex. Fuck, we lost the channel now. Motherfucker. So yeah, that was 10 cent Hex when we started this channel. And we've basically been going down ever since against ETH. And this is why I'm excited, because this could be our chance to get the F out of this descending channel. So these are daily candles, by the way. So this is not effing around.
Do you know what's interesting, dude? Like these, we're going to have 2 of these charts, ETH Hex and ETH PHEX, or no, ETH Hex and then
Hex,
Ethereum.
Hex ETH and Hex Pulse.
No, but we're actually going to have ETH PulseChain Hex as well as a chart. So you're going to have ETH.
I won't give a fuck about that chart. You're talking about bridged in. You're talking about bridged in assets. Theoretically, that should just be the same as the other one, like as in
if they're the same price. No, but if they're the same price, but if they're a different price, it won't be.
Even if they're not the same price as each other, you'd expect it to be the same price as the native asset back on its original chain. So
yeah. No, but I guess the point I'm trying to say, what I'm saying here is that if you're looking at this chart, it could look shit for Hex, like the native Ethereum Hex, and then the chart, the Ethereum PulseChain Hex chart could look shit as well, when in actual fact, together, if you put them together, they're actually doing quite well. Does that make sense?
So you're talking about just adding their value together, like as in, because you've got both.
But would you have a chart that adds their value together, or would you just have two separate charts?
You can custom make it. You can just add them together.
You can custom make it. Yeah, I'm not a chart guy, so yeah.
Actually, that's not a bad point. I haven't heard anyone talking about that you could go on TradingView and you could do Hex stablecoin plus Hex
Pulse
stablecoin on Pulse, and those two charts, they don't even have to be on the same chain. It just adds those two values together, and it would give you the value of anyone who held pre-forked Hex. Obviously, then if you modify your strategy and you start to buy and sell Hex differently on each chain, then that chart your personal situation deviates further and further from that chart. But it still would be an interesting one to look at, particularly if there are dumps on one or either side, which I don't necessarily think there will be. So so I hope that so we're at least heading back up to the top of this channel, and which is how many more percent to get to the top of that channel? Like another few percent, like 2 or 3%, to get to the top of that channel. But the chart that I care more about, looky here. Hex is pumped to 5.2 and a half, half of a tenth of a cent, 5.25 cents. Yeah, shit. Okay, we're well out of the danger zone now in terms of this is the box that I was talking about. This purple box here is what I wanted to be above. And we haven't just smashed that. We've also smashed this pink. Dude, what time is it? Oh, so this is a 4-hourly. If we can close. Oh, okay. We're going to still be streaming when this candle closes, and it's the 8 candle on a TD count. So we've got this hour and the next hour to set a new high. Dudes, I'm bullish. Holy shit, I'm bullish.
How far down did
PulseChain launch or something? I haven't seen a pump like this for like days.
What did we get down to? 4 point what?
Bro, tragically, we went as low as 4.78 for a close on an hourly close. That's fucked. That's fucked, bro. That's not even real. The Matrix got to Andrew Tate, bro. Like that is Matrix. That is agents of the Matrix coming after us, bro. They're trying to test our shit. Dude, Cookies tried to FUD me. Cookies was like, if I FUD you, I could FUD you into end staking, like emergency end staking all of your Hex and dumping all your liquid and staked Hex. But he's like, but I'm not going to do it because you're a nice guy and, we get along and stuff. And I'm like, bro, I'm so confident that I would dump neither, that I want you to go ahead and do it, pull the trigger. And he wouldn't do it. He wouldn't do it. He claims it's for my own benefit. I'll let you guys be the judge.
What that he said it's for your benefit, that he didn't FUD you out.
Because he's so sure that he could FUD Hex in a way that would make me dump my entire bag, including emergency end staking all my stakes, that he doesn't want to do it. Like he doesn't want to do it.
How could he be so sure about that, man?
He can't, bro. He can't.
No, he can't.
Not sure. Particularly not because I am sure that I would not. Like,
yeah, me too, man. Me too.
Like that would be. I told him, bro. I'm like, you think I sat through the entire Hex bear market down to 1.7 cents and only ever bought more, and that now that we're on our way back up, you're going to be able to FUD me out of my bag, including emergency end staking, where the penalties would just be like nearly nuking my entire stake, bro.
Bro, what we've been through in the last over 3 years, it takes more than someone talking some shit. It takes more than that, man. I don't know if, I don't know, man. I don't.
Yeah, I mean,
you got to come with some. I don't even know what you could come with. I'm so resolute.
It would have to be like bug in the code. It would have to be like audited bug in the code that I like run through an AI, and it also tells me, yeah, you're fucked. This thing's like broken. It would have to be something like that. Like that anything less than that, anything less than actual like a technical issue, would not be able to FUD me out of my bag. And even that, you look at retards that hold like the coin that's currently being most aggressively sued by the SEC. Retards hold that shit. It's not even real crypto, like, because they will just want the shit to go up. Well, I mean, maybe even then I wouldn't dump my bag. But this thing's pumping, bro. This thing's pumping hard. Let's go down to the minute chart. Let's go down to the 1 second chart and see what's up.
That is so unlikely thing, bro. It's such an unlikely thing.
Oh, dude, it's not just unlikely. It can't happen because the code's immutable and it doesn't have bugs in it. Like
it's already been like how long it's been, which is a fucking lifetime. It's a lifetime in crypto.
I'm gonna need to tweet it.
And with all the haters, you don't think haters have been scouring that code to try and you don't think haters have spent hours, days, weeks trying to find flaws so they can be the one that got Richard Hart's scalp? You don't think that people have tried?
Haters are the best code auditors. That's why I'm so confident in the Bitcoin code. It's like, how many people would want to be like Bitcoiners and Bitcoin haters?
Hex hasn't been audited 3 times.
To be the one that highlights the fucking error.
Hex has not been audited 3 times, dude. Hex has been audited 1,000 times by all the fucking hater devs out there that want it to go down.
At least by every Bitcoin maxi and ETH maxi and everyone that's ever called it a scam. Dude, can you imagine people who thought there was a chance that Richard might sue them for calling it a scam when it wasn't a scam? How desperately they'd be going through the code trying to find evidence that it is a scam. So to protect themselves legally, bro, thousands of times minimum.
Yeah, minimum.
This thing's pumping.
The most audited smart contract ever in crypto.
Dude, look at this 15-minute candle. It is just absolutely pumping like F.
So Hex is pumping.
Yeah, dude, 5.2 cents.
We haven't had a Hex late show pump for a while.
Yeah, that's true.
Let's go.
Let's true.
Go. Hex
we need to LFG that shit. Do you know what makes me particularly happy is that the coin that I was versing in that space is down at the moment. So they're in the red. They're in the red while we've got mad green.
Oh, do you know what that reminds me of? During the week, Maddie Allen posted a Twitter clip of you.
Damn. Sorry, yeah, you go.
Oh, shit.
That's on the ETH pair. Dude, it's gapping up. Look at this.
Oh, shit. That's massive.
It's gapping up, bro. That's how fast this thing is moving. That on the 15-minute chart, there's a gap, bro. This thing is teleporting upwards. Cookies, where you at, bro? Bring your... You like things that are green, Cookies? Come and have a look at these fat fucking candles. Look at that shit just teleporting up. This is glorious.
Dude,
sorry, you said Maddie Allen.
Oh, put up a clip of you. And dude, it was so fucking fun, dude. I was laughing because you were like, you like, I'll do the TLDR on it, right? It was essentially you just saying, if you're like a Hex person and you are into some other coin and you feel like talking about it, shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up. It's simple.
It was essentially that. And do you know, dude, that made me laugh so fucking hard. Because do you know what it reminded me of?
Yeah.
It reminded me of a Chris Rock comedy sketch from, I don't know if it's, It reminded me of that. Have you seen that?
Yeah. I mean, I've seen all his shit, but I do remember now the one that you're talking about.
Dude, I've got it right here. I'm going to play it.
Obey the law. Use common sense. Stop immediately. Turn that shit off. Be polite. Shut the fuck up. Get a white friend. And last but not least, don't ride with a mad woman. If you follow these simple pointers, you probably won't get your ass kicked by the police.
That's awesome.
Just every time you said "shut the fuck up," I think
that's the one where the chick is like, he's got drugs. Yo,
he got weed. He got
weed. Bro, I was watching that clip of myself, and I was a chick friend of mine came over to grab her car because she'd left it here and her bag, and like I went downstairs and I opened the door and I was laughing and I was like, ha ha ha. I was just watching a video of me telling everyone to shut the fuck up, and then I just realized how fucking stupid that sounds. Like you guys get it because you've seen the video, but for her, she would be like, oh yeah, that sounds completely normal. Like that you would be watching videos of yourself telling people to shut the fuck up.
Can we watch this video, dude? It was such a good video. I'll feel like watching it.
It's pretty long. Maybe just pick part of it or something. The ending's
sort of
pretty,
like
the ending's
a
pretty
little bit of Inception, us just watching a clip of Tangent telling people to shut the fuck up. You could just tell people to shut the fuck up. You could just do it again on, like, you could just repeat.
I'll tell you my favorite part. My favorite part, personally, I've got two favorite parts. One was if you're maybe thinking about shutting the fuck up, then definitely shut the fuck up. Like, as in, if it enters your mind that you should maybe shut the fuck up, then definitely shut the fuck up. And there was something towards the end. I'm
gonna show it, man.
All right.
Because it was epic, dude. You were just like methodical. You were like broke it.
I was just telling the truth, man.
Let me see. Do you have like?
I mean, I can pull it up on Twitter, but I don't know if the sound will come through.
If you send me the link, I'll bring it up.
Okay.
So I know, guys. Tell us. Do you want to see this clip? We'll play it on screen on stream.
I think most people will have seen it, but we'll find it.
Let us know in the chat. Do you guys want to see? Thumbs up if you want to see the clip, or
we'll go even more meta. We'll go even more meta than me laughing at a clip of myself, and actually replay it on a stream.
We'll replay it, and then we will record you laughing while watching yourself.
Found it.
Okay,
I'll send you this. The links go through the private chat, okay, don't they? Yeah, done.
Copy clean link. Paste. Where are we?
Dude, this has had 10,000 views.
Oh shit, it has too.
That's fucking nuts, bro. And I think this is only one of the tweets, because multiple people tweeted the video out. So I don't know if I don't know if it like adds them up.
Okay, where is it? Is that there? Yes. Okay, here we go.
Being a Hex Maxi, most of the time, all it takes is for you to shut the fuck up. And what I mean by that is if you're thinking about talking about another project, just shut the fuck up. Now, you might be saying, oh, it's censorship or whatever. It's not. And also, here's the deal. If you talk about some other shit, even if you genuinely think at the time that it's going to help Hex and it's helped the community and it's great for fucking pumping the Hex price or whatever the fucking narrative is, because you don't know that shit for sure, just shut the fuck up. Also, you might be thinking, oh, but you know, I want to get involved in this thing because sometimes the best gains are like right at the start. Easy. Just buy some of it, but also shut the fuck up. So don't drag other people into into that nonsense, right? Because there's look at it, risk reward for your reputation. The risk is you're going to look like a fucking idiot, be outed by the community, etc. The reward is like maybe you get someone early into a coin a little bit earlier than they would have, right? So if your fear is, what about if other people miss out on this opportunity? I think that is outweighed by the risk that you are posing because let's look statistically, most of these things are fucking nonsense, right? So the odds are in the favor of you shutting the fuck up. The odds are in the favor that you shilling this project is going to end poorly for you and for anyone who jumps on it. So is that all clear? Does that solve all the problems? If you don't want to miss it, just buy it and shut the fuck up. If you don't really care that much for yourself, but it's about others, just shut the fuck up. If you're thinking about how it might impact others, definitely shut the fuck up. If you think that, you know, if you're thinking about maybe shutting the fuck up, then definitely shut the fuck up. So,
yep.
I think that's pretty much it. That pretty much solves it. Like, represent Hex. There's a reason why we call this the Hex community, and everyone's always like, oh, you know, they're shilling it to the Hex community, or this project's good for the Hex community. The reason why it's called the Hex community is because it's the Hex community, right? So just stick to the game plan. Hex is the shelling point. Don't be a fuckwit. It cut off before I got to say the final shut the fuck up.
I'll play it for you.
I think my other favorite
Shut the
part,
fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
I remembered from you playing it, I remembered my other favorite part of that. And it's not as like funny. So my first favorite part was because I found it funny. But the second favorite part is because it's like probably one of the more powerful comments that's in that clip is there's a reason why everyone keeps calling it the Hex community, and it's all of these things are being said relative to the Hex community. It's because it's the Hex community, right? So that's the point, is that it's self-defining, right? The reason why people keep saying shit relative to the Hex community is that's the thing that created the community. So it's borderline disrespectful to be, you know, shilling other garbage to the Hex community when that is the thing that built the fucking community. So at a minimum, people should be respectful to the asset if they are talking about doing other shit or talking about other shit. You know, it's particularly distasteful when people take an adversarial position against Hex in the attempt to shill their shit.
That usually doesn't end well for them in the community. Like we are very defensive, like maybe a little bit too defensive, you know, sometimes. But it's like we've got good white blood cells, like in the Hex community, man. We take infections down.
Yeah, and we don't suffer from those short-term memories like some communities and crypto in general. Like we forgive, but we never forget. Like that chick in the car of that Chris Rock.
Shut the fuck up.
Dude, you know, this is making me think, like, we used to have like all these in the bull market, we used to have all these like what do you call them? Segments in the Hex Late Show. We used to have like Hexagon of the Week. We used to have Bitch Tits.
Bitch Tits. Hexagon of the Week was a really good one because it's like it forced us to recognize at least one amazing the UK GT race cars are racing again. It was like this week or late last week or something like that. So that could be Hexagon of the week. Would be. I mean, I know that's a team and not a.
We had to stop doing Hexagon of the week because we just kept giving it to ourselves. we just kept like just circling around, like, oh yeah, Hexagon have another.
That was me. I killed it this week. I fucking nailed it, bro. Fucking
no,
but
just watching this whole clip of you just telling everyone that they need to shut the fuck up has made me think that we could have a segment called "Shut the Fuck Up." Because like this, every single dude, you want to tell me that
would we be giving airtime
week,
to haters though? Would we be giving airtime to haters if we had a segment like that?
Maybe, but it'd be funny. It'd be like,
dude, this thing is just whipping itself into a flag, son. Pull up the chart. Pull up the chart. Is my screen still able to be shared? Check this shit out. I'm going to draw a little triangle through here. I'm making it green just so that if Cookies is watching, he can get jealous. There we go. So much green, bro. Oh, shit. What's up, Cookies? Oh, shit. Is that a flag? Oh, snap. This is on the 5-minute chart, and this flag could take us all the way to 5.5 cents. My favorite. I can stop crying if this flag plays out. By the way, this pink line here, I already had this pink line here, and it's actually flipping it into support. So, like, I didn't just put this in here. It's been in here before. So, box it out and let's effing go. This thing really is whipping it, by the way. Like, it's there's a bit of a fight going on between the Bears and the Bulls right now on the 5-minute chart. Should we get serious about this and drop down to the 1-minute chart?
Yeah.
Oh, holy shit. Now it looks even more like a flag.
There used to be a segment where Bluey would tell people to shut up. That was every single, wasn't actually a segment by Hex, but that was just Bluey every single week telling people to shut up.
Yeah, I think you suggested that we could turn it into a segment because of how much he was doing it for real.
Yeah, because it was a free segment. I didn't have to do any prep. Bluey would just like automatically tell someone to shut the fuck up every single week. And it's just like, this thing is easy. This is like guaranteed 10 minutes of the show.
Dude, look how filled this flag is, bro. Look how many touch points this freaking flag has. It's ridiculous. Get back in there, you little bitch. Yes, that's right. So yeah, this is good. This is real good. Dude, I think this is going to be an exciting stream for the price.
I'm going to reduce my quality of my camera.
By the way, Hex is performing the best of all the tokens that I follow.
Awesome.
And by the way, my watch list is not an endorsement. I follow a lot of tokens that I dislike, like that are ones that I actively dislike, because I want to laugh when they do poorly.
Is my camera better, or is it still shit house?
I mean, at the size that we are at the moment, it wouldn't matter, but you can pull us back up. My flag just got broken. So although I can actually just redraw it, that's the beautiful thing about this. Boom, just redrew the flag. Now it's an actual triangle. There we go. Just maintain. Something like that. Anyway, I'll just keep readjusting that thing until it does what I want. I think this is going to be good. What else should we talk about? What else has been going on?
I've got something that I can show, which I saw this week, which I thought is worthy.
Cool.
You probably saw it. Let me just bring it up. Hang on. Where is this? Oh shit. Hang Apologies, give me 1 second. Let me get this up. There we go. Can you see that?
Yes. Oh, yeah, dude.
I put a microchip in my arm and it's the best thing ever. This chip is a powerhouse. It's got everything I need. A credit card, my ID, my medical info, and even my keys. And when it's time for groceries, you just tap your wrist and bam! Transaction done. It's like magic. In a medical emergency, it can save my life. Experts can easily identify me and my medical history. I feel like a sci-fi character and I'm loving it. This amazing chip is totally free. That's right, no more digging into your pockets. And the best part, the surgery is quick. They'll give you a cookie afterwards. I put a microchip in my...
Dude, it's free in Australia. Can you hear me? Tangent gone. Can you guys hear me in the chat? Or am I offline? Don't tell me I'm offline. Loud and clear. Awesome. Okay, so that was the first one. That was the first one. I'll play the second one.
The government has frozen my bank account and it could freeze yours too. You have to listen to my story quick and fast because time is running out. A few days ago, I made a post on social media about a danger of having a chip implanted in my arm. I thought I was exercising my right to free speech. This morning, I woke up only to find that the video I posted was gone, and it was just the beginning of the nightmare. As I was trying to pay for my coffee, the microchip in my arm stopped working. I couldn't even pay for anything. And when I got back to my apartment, it locked me out too. Everything was in there, including my cat Misty. This is why I posted this video as a warning and a plea for help.
Bro, the cat getting locked in the apartment was just the most the most powerful side comment of that whole thing of how fucked it is if you hand over control to all your shit.
Do you want to hear like a real so I actually think that's like parody, like that's I don't think that's real.
Do you reckon that's?
Yeah, I don't think that's real, but
because Richard Hart tweeted that. You saw that on Richard Hart's Twitter, yeah?
I saw I don't know if he tweeted it or he
retweeted
LOL underneath.
Yeah. Sorry, that's right. He commented lol.
I don't think that's real, but I mean, it's very like we could go right there really quickly. Like that whole thing, we could get there in like the course of a year, very, very easily. With the whole thing that they pushed on everyone not too long ago, if they really, really put pressure on people, and limited you to 5Ks, from your house until you got this thing, how many people do you think would how many people would just accept it and
Bro, we already know the answer to that question because we've done the trial run. We know exactly how many people.
Yep, exactly. So, I forgot what I was going to say.
So you're saying you think that's parody, but it could become reality.
Yeah, I had a point I was going to make. It'll come back to me. So, dude, that shit. I was actually having a discussion with this is a few years back with a uni professor, and we were talking about like if you could have like some sort of 2FA chip, like just under your skin, that you could just like inject yourself or something and just take out yourself. That would be pretty cool. Just for 2FA that only you know about, not with government and medical and all that shit. I can't hear you, by the way.
Sorry, man. Couldn't you just wear a watch with like a UB key built into it or some shit?
Yeah, you could do that.
I don't see the point of implanting it into your body when you can just wear it.
Yeah.
Like that chick did not need to implant it, even though I know
No,
you're
I
saying
guess-
it's not real, but she could have just strapped it like to her wrist.
Yeah.
I mean,
This
it's
is
I
true.
guess
This is true.
it helps for people to not steal it off you or whatever. But I mean, if someone's willing to go to extreme lengths, I'd rather them take the watch off my wrist than like cut my fucking wrist open. Do you know what I know? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Or cut it off. Cut off your arm. So it's somewhere in this arm. We don't know where it is. Somewhere here.
A warlord with a machete just comes through and it's just like for the $10 in my bank account. It's a bit like when people smash your car window to steal like change out of the console.
Yeah.
It's like that. They cut your arm off to get like a $10 bank account. Someone will do it.
Yeah. So I remember what I was going to say. So I had to make a payment through an account that's overseas. And it wasn't a big payment. It was in Europe. It was a European payment. So it was I think it was like 50 euros or something like that.
Speeding fine.
No, dude, I got some speeding fines over there.
I know you did. That's why I was joking.
Yeah, no, it was, we were paying for something, for a service, and dude, it cost me €2 to do the payment. €2 to pay. So it essentially cost me 4% to make a payment. Like, what?
Yeah, man, those small fixed fees, when you work them out as a percentage, they sound fucking savage.
But that's why cash is so much better.
I think that's why they do fixed fee for small shit, because they know that if they did it as a reasonable percentage, they'd make no money.
But this is why cash, that's why you can't get rid of cash. That's exactly why. Because if this is the way it is now and cash still exists, wait till you haven't got the option and they've got everyone by the short and curlies. Wait till they've got everyone by the balls, and then it's going to be $10 or €10 per transaction. Dude, I'm telling you, like €2 is fucking nothing. Okay, let's be honest. €2 is, you can't buy anything with €2. Still,
unless they've got like an equivalent of Bunnings.
Like
unless they've got like an equivalent of Bunnings or IKEA. Like they'd have IKEA. IKEA meatballs probably only cost €2. You know that like when you go to IKEA and they've got the cafe built into it.
Oh yeah. No, dude, they cost more than €2.
I mean,
meatballs.
The little shop, maybe the little shop that you go to afterwards on your way out, where you have to cook it yourself.
There you go. I see you going.
Jexo, what's up?
The shop on the way out, you have to cook the meatballs yourself. €2. You reckon? Maybe.
No, it would still
short
be
and
more.
Curlies. Is that an Aussie saying short and curlies?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Short and
universal?
curlies. Yeah.
I like the hat, Jexo. That's baller.
Well, the reason why I'm wearing it is I just had a shower and I haven't done my hair or anything, so this was the easiest thing to put on. Gets a bit crazy after a shower. You know, I need a lot of gel to stick it all down to get it to stay in place.
Yeah. What's been going on, Jexo?
A little bit. Yeah, been done a stream with Matt from Power City today. It's just a little stream on security. So if you're into that sort of stuff, go. Yeah.
Any cool takeaways?
Well, you're gonna have to go watch that stream to find out, mate. No, I had a chat about. I've got a theory. Not a theory. I've come up with a formula for storing your keys. Like, so I call it the two worlds approach, and it just sort of divides the physical world and the online world, and you've got to have like a hard firewall between the two. And it just sort of, you deal with all your online assets one way and all your physical assets another way. So I was just sort of explain that concept and had a little diagram up where I've outlined it. So hopefully that makes it a bit clearer for people. But yeah, if you're that way inclined and you want to beef up your security, go check that out on the Power City channel.
Does your hardware wallet count as a physical asset or a digital asset?
It sort of sits a little bit in between, doesn't it? But I guess the keys that I hold are what I look at with the physical stuff. So the seed words that you put on there. So if you can't get the seed, this is what it boils down to. There's always some level of trust, and I think we've had this conversation many, many times. There is
Yes.
always some level of trust. You've got to place it somewhere, unfortunately.
We were just saying earlier in the stream when Day 43 said trustless, and I said trust minimized.
Yeah. Yep.
It's easy to trust fruit from a tree that you've seen 100,000 other people eat and not die from. It's easier to trust that than if you're the first to taste it, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said today. You don't want to be the guy that's going to test the berries. Like, let someone else do that. If the new hardware wallet comes out or a new device comes out,
I even heard someone say the same thing about gravity. It's like the only reason why you know that something will fall when you drop it is because every time that anyone or any recorded observation or demonstration of that has always resulted that way. That's the only reason why you know that shit. It's if gravity just suddenly turned off, then that would no longer be the case. Not that it can, but it sort of highlights that knowledge is really just a detailed, like a long list of cases that you have in your database, like in your brain. So, like you said, it's easier, and I guess that's where the whole the fact that Hex has now been around for 3 years with no issues. It kind of pisses me off that there are these new meme coins that immediately get covered by the crypto media.
CoinSpot,
they're like
CoinSpot.
So
fucking
all the market cap sites, all the media sites, all the fucking influencers, they are willing to talk about these meme coins straight away. They've been out for less than 2 fucking weeks, no track record, and 3 years later they're still gatekeeping Hex. And it's like, I know I've said this like 1,000 times that it blows my fucking mind that the gatekeeping is still there, but it's like the longer it goes on, the more shocking it is. It's like it's just more and more fucked every day.
So with the P coin, that they actually blocked an address in there as well. So I don't know the specifics around it, but there was when it still had admin keys, they blocked one particular address and then they've destroyed the admin keys. Don't know.
That may have actually been fake news.
Oh, okay.
That may have actually been fake news.
I heard it was fake news. But
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The point is you don't know for sure, right? Like as in so I mean,
well, someone showed me on, I'm pretty sure I've seen it on Etherscan, or someone showed the actual where it was.
Hey, Jex, can I just ask before we get onto this? Where was that video that you did, or that stream you did? On which channel can people go and find that?
It was the Power City channel, so it was with Matt Chow.
Yep,
so yeah, if you go check it, yep. So yeah, there wasn't too technical, and we weren't going through. This is how you do this, and this is how you should do this. It was just a general concept of how you should approach security, and it's a blueprint. So it's a
mindset rather than a step-by-step procedure.
Yeah. So it is literally, I've created a blueprint. So this is your blueprint. If you look at it from this perspective, and whatever you choose, whatever technologies you choose to implement, and it fits within that blueprint, cool. But yeah, we'll probably do a couple of follow-ups.
Have you been looking at the Hex price?
I've seen a few people saying it's pumping, and it's probably about damn time too.
Yeah.
Hasn't been fun to sit there and watch that recently.
Now, at the risk of copping a lot of heat, could this be an indication that PulseChain is about to launch?
Man, everyone that's using the testnet, it's going along all right. I've been doing heaps of stuff on it, and it's working fine, working great.
This thing is fucking pumping.
Well, there's a tweet here from Hodl Dog about. So what happened this week is that the Dave Chappelle upgrade happened, and you can now withdraw. It's been rolled into version 4 of the testnet. So now you can do your withdrawals, validator exits. So Hodl Dog tweeted, testnet version 4 validator exits successfully completed. Testnet completed.
LFG boys and girls.
So I've tested that as well. So I exited 3 validators, and then I've just reissued another number of them as well to fire it up again and go through the process of booting up more validators again, just to get comfortable with the process. But yeah, it's smooth, working pretty smooth.
I'm sticking with the 5-minute chart. I'm really liking this 5-minute chart right now. I know it's not as pro as looking at the 1-second chart, but I like this volatility. I like it bouncing up and down and then just going to the moon. Yeah,
that the comment that he just put up from Johnny Chaos, Ivan and his crew, man, they're full on hexagons and pulsicans now, aren't they? They're pumping the bag big time.
That's true. Ivan called it out hard, and then that other guy that does the weekly coin picks or whatever specifically chose Hex as one of the coins and called it out again. And I like, he didn't just call it out, he actually framed it as a positive, a bit like how Richard used to, in terms of saying, we're effectively saying, hey, we're giving you information that is being withheld from you, and that almost makes it a bit like a gem, like as in gem hunting style shit, that we're telling you something that is being hidden from the masses, so you can kind of use that information to your benefit. Yeah.
So, well, back on your comment about the meme coin that got all the attention, I think there was a tweet from CZ, and I'll paraphrase here, but he basically said, someone asked, when was it going to get listed? And he said, when we'll list any coin that is proven to be reliable and been around for long enough and has community support.
Lol.
Yeah.
Dude, lol.
Yeah.
And been around long enough, they're gonna list that fucking shit like straight away. They don't want to miss out on that volume.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that'd be crazy not to. Like, from their perspective, that's their profit center, is generating fees, so they're gonna do it. Yeah.
What's this about, Tangent? Hexy Bastard gonna have to pay Tangent.
Oh yeah, so Hexy Bastard and I have got a bet. He is betting that PulseChain will not launch this month, and I am on the side of the bet that it will launch this month. The bet is just $100, and he generously or benevolently or whatever, he's taking his $100 is that I have to buy the meme coin that he founded, which is PP, and burn it. So like buy $100 of it and send it to a burn address. And I'm taking my payment in Hex when I win, which will be sometime before the end of this month. I think that's an easy, I was saying that it's kind of unfair because to me, that's really good odds in my favor to have an entire month for it to launch when we're this close. And he actually thinks the opposite way around, which is great because we both think that we're getting good odds. He thinks that the fact that it's already taken 2 years means another month is not unrealistic, that it could just take another month. It's like a time. He's looking at it as a percentage of time already delayed, whereas I see that as the longer it's been delayed for means that the closer it is to launch. Plus all the other things we've got to factor in, like one of the devs has said they're doing one last check and then it's launching. We're on the final testnet,
Yeah, I think strictly from an odds point of view, he's probably in his favour. You
reckon it's in his favour?
Right. Well, you've got 1 month to get it right. He's got unlimited time.
So you're looking at it from another perspective where you're splitting up the future into brackets and saying, I only get 1 month and he gets the rest of time. That's an interesting framing, but I think it's flawed in the sense that this is not something that is like, so if it was like a random occurrence where it's like there's a statistical probability that this random occurrence is going to occur at some point, then I would agree with that framing, because then I just have less of the time. But this is a specific event that is actually within the context of everything that we know about PulseChain. Dude, I almost said to him, like, if it hasn't launched by the end of the month, you won't be able to collect because I'll be at the bottom of the ocean. Like, but
I think you're probably on the money, but
I would leave it with in escrow and then jump off a bridge. So that's
Bro.
But in seriousness, I would be like fucking pissed if it's not launched by the end of this month. Fuck. Like, also we're running out of fucking pre-bull market runway. Yeah, like as in we want to lock in the start of the chart as early as possible in the bull, so we can run that fucking thing up. So there's multiple reasons why I'm getting impatient now.
Yeah, I do agree. If you go along with the theory that he's timing the market, which I don't think he is at this point.
He's not.
No, he would want to get it to market as soon as possible. Because like you say, if this is that slow grind up of the bull market and we're going to go up the steps, you want to be taking advantage of all of that.
Yeah, hell yeah.
That's interesting. I listened to a video from your friend Somi during the week, and he was adamant that it's being timed. So
was he saying timed, or was he more talking about the flush out?
He was saying that it was like it's being timed.
Bro,
essentially,
if it was being timed, it would have got launched January 1st at the bottom of the market.
But how would you know it's the bottom?
Dude,
you don't
because Richard's a genius and he can see the future and shit, and he knows all the tops and bottoms. Like, come on, like no, but as in, I'm joking. But people who believe that would also believe what I just said as well. Like, if they believing that, then they're also believing that. So, like, even though I'm being like silly, I'm joking, I'm being sarcastic. There is logic to what I'm saying.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you, dude. I don't think it's being timed. I think they're just trying to get it perfect, basically. They're just trying to get it as perfect as they can get it.
It's just 2 more weeks. They need to just run one more test. It's going to take 2 weeks. And in exactly 2 weeks, it'll launch.
Exactly. I would like to see you debate Somi on this. Because you are like...
bro, I can go. He obviously hasn't heard any of my rants, bro. I go so hard on this topic. Richard Hart himself not only explained why he wasn't timing the market, he also gave a reason of why it would be retarded for him to time the market. And within that comment of his, he said, we are close enough to the bottom now that it wouldn't matter. So he basically said, and that was before the bottom. That was when we were still on our way down. And he admitted that, because you don't actually have to be at the very, very, very bottom. You just want to be like not at the top.
Yeah, it's impossible to time that. Like, you can't.
And it's impossible to time it. So he already said that back then, that was that was last year. He said, if I was timing the bottom, I would just fucking launch it right now because it's close enough to the bottom. So ever since he said that, I started rejoicing when he said that.
I have much more faith in Tangent than any of you motherfuckers, man.
He asked
Tangent is a great debater, an excellent debater.
Somi puts Tangent's non-timing argument to shame. Okay, that's either sarcasm or stupidity. But the point is when Richard made that comment and said, "I'm not timing the market," so here, like, I'm like you. So now, if you say that, I thought if people say he's timing the market now, they're calling Richard a liar and they're ignoring his logic as to why he's not timing the market. Because he had other reasons as well. It wasn't just we're close enough to the bottom. He had I think he had 2 or 3 reasons why it would be stupid. And I'm like, thank God this finally is going to get put to rest. And then, to my shock and horror, that timing the market narrative continued. and still
But
continues.
hang on,
to this
but
day.
in fairness, at one point you were all on board with the timing thing.
No.
True.
I always disagreed with that narrative. I never once agreed with that shit. I never
Thanks for
agreed
the
with that
super
narrative.
chat,
Do you know
JFK
why?
666.
Do you know why I never agreed with that narrative? Is because I always thought
Syndicate
he would
says
want
thank
that
you.
shit to come out as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
Like because it's not. He's the person that benefits the greatest from it. Like reputationally, financially, spiritually, mentally, emotionally. Like it's plus. Why would you not unleash awesomeness on the world? Like it just makes no sense.
Can I just say? Obviously, Somi is not here to say his points.
Yeah. All right, line it up. I
listened to on the way to work. I was listening to one of his videos, and he was.
Can you steel man his side of it, or do you think we should line up a debate?
No, I wasn't absorbing it.
Yeah, because it doesn't make sense. See, shit that makes sense, you wouldn't need to absorb it. You would just be like, oh yeah, that's logical. And your brain would remember it because it would have logical flow. But shit that doesn't make sense,
but
your brain rejects.
I don't think you trashing his argument through me not absorbing it holds any weight.
I'm half joking.
I think do you know what I mean?
Means
like
I'm half serious.
I know. I think that not a debate, like it would be interesting to hear two people who, like, from what I understand, two people who believe you're at polar ends of the spectrum in what you believe with regard to this. It would be interesting to hear you guys just like hash it out.
I've got so many reasons that I've probably forgot half of them. But
it would be a welcome distraction for the Hex community and the Hex and the PulseChain community. They would love this shit.
Has ever claimed that it was being held back for some specific reason, that shit has come and gone, and the shit has not launched. So just historically, it's not true. Like
Somi, would you like to debate Tangent on whether PulseChain is being timed or not? Would you like to? Because Tangent will debate you in a Twitter Spaces or on the Hex Late Show.
Anywhere, anytime.
So if someone
just
can
for clarity,
if someone can clip this and put it on Twitter and let Somi know that he's a fellow.
I'll tweet at him. And I don't mean to sound hostile
we're not hostile.
towards individuals like T-Bird and Somi. It's just that this has been so frustrating for me. So if I sound annoyed and hostile and aggressive, it's at the narrative, not at the people that are propagating it. Because I know that, like, maybe not everyone has heard me rant like 18 times about this, but he's definitely not timing the market or anything. He's not timing anything. He will launch as soon as it's ready. He has stated that multiple times.
I agree with the timing the market thing.
Bluey, what's going on, Bluey?
No shit. Oh, I thought you meant he's actually. Yeah, get in the stream, bro. I want to hear how Einstein ain't shit. I need to be reminded about how fuck all he is.
Hey, Bluey, we've got a new segment.
Lately, I've started thinking that Einstein is actually pretty G, and I need someone to remind me how he's fuck all.
Bluey, we've got a new segment for you, and I've got the intro for the segment.
Shut the fuck up.
I'll play it again if you missed it.
Shut the fuck up.
That's your segment, dude. Oh, he's coming. He's coming.
He's going to come on. Cool. So I think I agree with you with the timing thing. I think that whole narrative's been proven wrong many, many times. But the thing that somebody was talking about recently, washing out weekends, that could be a thing. Could well be a thing. So I don't know if you heard that, his commentary on that.
Today's buyers are tomorrow's weak hands. Like you don't like. It's that people's opinion changes, right? So like someone could be buying today and they're like in favor with the founder because they're a buyer, and then they lose faith and sell, and then so you've never washed out all the weak hands, so to speak. Like you've never, because there's always sellers. So it's like, that's a never ending goal, right? Like how does one rinse out all the weak hands? It's a statistical thing, and I would expect that just historically from other cryptos, when a coin does like a 95+% dip, you wash out the majority of the weak hands. So in my opinion, that's already been done. We can FG, we can LFG.
Yeah. What if Greg was one of the weak hands?
Isn't Greg the founder? So are you saying that he's going to?
I'm not saying anything, man.
Like,
just saying.
I would say, please don't. Like, that would be fucked if we're at the bottom and then the founder fucking dumped on us. Like,
no, not at the bottom. Not
I'm
saying
scared to even. I'm scared to even think that.
Just saying, there's a lot of unknown wallets. You're on mute, mate.
So,
but it looked like a solid rant. Yeah.
Yes, I was saying, you need to tell us. You need to tell us what you were about to say. We've got people listening to this stream wanting to know exactly what you mean.
I'm just saying, go listen.
Yeah, I'm not sure I know what you mean.
No, we'll go watch Somi's last video, and that'll explain it all.
Can you paraphrase?
There's wallets. Okay, there's wallets that have been selling down stupidly. Like we're just about to go to a fork. It's going to happen this month, so Tangent can win his $100. Why would a large wallet who's been in the ecosystem for this long, has sacked a bunch for Pulse? Why is he mega dumping? I'm not saying that's Greg. I'm just saying it seems weird that a wallet would choose to do that, but people do odd things.
Interesting. I don't know, man.
Semi-chicken who's Greg.
Man,
you need to go listen to a couple of Somi streams, Sammy.
Let's give a shout out, guys. Let's give a shout out.
When the truth diodes get so deep that even Hex OGs don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
I want to give a shout out to Matty Allen, who's on a 22-hour drive right now.
That's
22-hour drive.
Possibly
drive
be going for 22 hours. You'll fall
I can barely
do
a Twitter space for 22 hours. That's crazy.
Dude, I'm still not convinced by this, what you just explained by this Greg thing. Please go back and explain.
It's just a theory, man. I don't know if there's any validity to it.
So you're saying, what are you saying?
I'm saying there's a large wallet that's mega dumping like a retard.
Yep.
Why? And it could just be they're a retard. Yeah,
right.
retard. Yeah.
Pay taxes.
Could be. Yeah.
Got an installment activity statement due.
Look,
I don't know, dude.
You seem to know a lot about
I know I've got this sweet Rick and Morty mug, but it was a gift. I've actually only got $10 net wealth, and so if I win this bet against PP guy, Hexy Bastard, I will 10x my net wealth.
Say that again.
But if I lose, I'm going to be negative 9x. Damn.
Hang on, you lost me there. What was
because I lost all of my crypto in a boating accident. I've actually only got $10. So that $100 bet, I will be able to 10x my net wealth, and I'll use it to buy PulseChain.
So all the comments in chat.
Okay, so I just tweeted out the I mean, do I even have time to go back and find all my points about this not timed thing? I guess I could just try and think.
I don't think.
If we're gonna do an actual debate, I want to bring fire, and I've probably forgotten more points than I
think you might be
remember.
misrepresenting what Somi's saying. I don't know that he's saying about the timing side of things. Could be wrong.
43 said that he's timing it. He's talking about timing.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm not
Maybe I missed that one.
I'm not outlining his points. I'm simply saying that I believe that
But
his
it's to
point of
do
view
with
is
the timing.
different. It's different to your like tangent. Am I right when I say that you believe that Richard Hart will release PulseChain when all the
Yes.
T's, all the I's have been dotted and all the T's have been crossed?
Yes.
Like when it's ready. When it's ready,
Yes.
it will come
Correct.
out, right?
Correct.
So
as soon as it's ready. No, not a second later.
But that's a technological thing. That's like a dev when it's ready, because you could make the argument like when it's ready from a market perspective, but no, that's not what you're saying. It's not from a market perspective. It's when it's ready, like
yes.
technically when it's ready.
Technically, yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's not what Somi's saying.
That is my position.
Somi's saying that there's timing at play, like market timing and other stuff at play, right? That's his position. So it would be interesting to hear you guys go back and forth on that, because I want to hear these two minds go back and forth. I mean, I feel like I might learn something.
Most people have probably heard my shit about 20 times when I've like ranted about it every time someone said that he's timing the market. But I'm willing to repeat myself for a 21st time.
You have like a little bit of an advantage, I think, because you could go back and listen to one of his recent.
Bro, I've got a mad advantage. It's called being right. It's almost, one would say, an unfair advantage in something like a debate.
So I will go back and watch his last video, and it would be interesting to have a discussion not about timing, but about brinkmanship in the launch. So
what's that?
Doing what? Okay, so when big payday came around, the OA acted in the best interest of stakers.
By the way, I predicted that. I just want to put that out there. I was saying that shit. I was saying that shit that the OA, I thought the OA was going to stake. I said it in Hex Bear.
Yeah. So why would you think the OA wouldn't act in the best interest of that class again? And that's nothing to do with timing, but it's about the word I can say is brinkmanship. So you're doing what you can to fortify everyone's position going into a pretty big event. So I think that's the general takeaway.
Yeah, but like I said, a hater could just buy a big bag. Like, as in, you can't predict the future of every holders and what they're going to do with the coins. Like, at some point, you just have to trust that. Like, so I think that's pretty weak. Like,
no, but you can.
I think this actually falls under the category that I always warn people to not do, which is like assuming that, like, taking one reasonable sounding path of a network participant and assuming that it applies to a majority or a collective category. And this is like the Hex haters like are dumping at the moment. The non-believers are dumping. It's not true. Like, Cookies is probably buying like a motherfucker, and he's a total hater. So it's like, you just
don't forget this very important point. There are people who have, bought Hex at close to the all-time low, staked it for 3.5 years, and are sitting on a 2000x their investment. So if they're selling right now, for them, that might be good for them to sell right now. They might be happy to do it right now. Like, to us, it might sound ridiculous. To us, it sounds ridiculous.
It's so complex. It's so complex.
Yeah.
It's not. Everyone's.
But what I'm saying
is,
we
don't all have the same start point.
I totally agree with your comment, Tangent, that you can't try and predict what a group of people is going to do or how they behave. It's just madness to think you can. But if you're in a position where you can exert a certain amount of pressure or try and drive something a particular way the best you can, obviously there's going to be people that will do random things, but you would try and do whatever you could to steer the ship the right way.
Yep. And Chaotic Creations FX Studios, his comment is the theory is price suppression before
I have heard
duplication,
this,
which
I
is
have heard this
reminding.
theory.
This is actually reminding me of what happened after the PulseChain sacrifice, which I think it's pretty much well known that the sacrifices were the big sacrifices to protect their position were dumping the price.
Like,
remember that?
Allegedly, like, as in.
Yeah, that was never really confirmed, though, was it?
It wasn't confirmed.
Wow.
Well, I mean, like,
Blue Bum is
so
the man.
You can't read.
Hey
their
boys,
mind,
how's
right?
it going?
Hey Bluey, how's it going?
Good to see you, buddy.
How you going? What are you arguing about? All the important stuff.
You can't read their mind, so you don't know, like, as in they could have just chosen to sell or sold for a different reason. So, like, you could even do on-chain analysis and go, look, this whale did sell the price down. They were suppressing the price, but you can't. So that part you could theoretically prove. I'm not saying that anyone did that. Maybe they did, maybe they didn't. But even if someone did that on-chain analysis, you still can't prove that the reason they did it was because that they were trying to suppress the price because of Pulse Sac or this thing or whatever. So Hex price is pumping again, by the way. So
cool.
Bluey, let's.
Where are you these days, buddy?
Bluey went on the cruise. He went on the cruise.
I was on the cruise. Now I'm just like sitting in America. I'm just chilling out here for a bit. I'm about to go on this like retreat thing in a few days, and then we've probably got the thing launching in like probably tomorrow or in the next few days. You reckon? I know it's pretty.
Definitely this month.
To say that. After 2 years to say that. Well, from his tweets though, man, I'm getting like it's getting close.
Was everyone a little bit nervous on the cruise?
It's got to be close.
Nah, everyone's just partying on the cruise. Everyone's just like, yeah. You guys were just talking about that Somi guy, hey? I only watched one of his videos last night because everyone on the boat was talking about him. Well, not everyone, but like a couple of people mentioned him to me. I was
he's definitely blown up. He's definitely blown up.
I think he's a wog. I think he would fit.
Definitely. He is definitely a wog, mate. What are you doing? Come on, Skippies. Get onto the program.
He would fit right. He would fit right on the stream, mate.
For sure. Everyone kept saying him, your friend Somi, and I was like, I don't know who this dude is.
That's his.
He seems like a pretty legit guy. He seems funny. He's got a good sense of humor.
Yeah. I just watched some of his video last night. It was like, he's a funny dude.
Got a good delivery. It'd be good to get him on a stream one time. I don't know if he'll ever come on a live, but yeah, he seems to stick in his lane with.
He doesn't show his face, huh?
No.
Oh, I thought his face was on his profile picture on Twitter.
Oh, actually, it could be. Yeah, could be.
I'm not sure.
If
but
that's
anyway.
him.
JFK reckons he's a Melburnian wog.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, you can tell by the accent.
Sounds it.
You reckon Melbourne? You reckon? No, he could be Sydney.
Oh, for
he
sure.
could be Sydney. He could be Sydney.
Could be. Yeah.
He could be Sydney.
I can't find him.
Although
on Twitter.
he does talk about.
I made the assumption he was Melbourneian. Yeah.
Yep. No, because he talks about the slippers, the fluffy slippers, and we all know. I mean, you guys don't know, but if you live in Melbourne, you know that fluffy slippers, aka Frankston floor shiners.
Bro, I can't find him on Twitter. I think he might have blocked me.
Bluey, that's talking about. You see, Bluey, he knew exactly what I was talking about.
Wait, I think he might have blocked me. I can't find him on Twitter.
Yeah,
oh no, here it is. Here it is. Sorry, my bad. I must have been spelling part of that incorrectly, even though I'm pretty sure that's how I spelt it. Yeah, we follow each other. I mean, he does good shit where he like puts borders around his shit, which I think, makes it like his tweets. He always has pictures in his tweets, which I think it's easier for people to like engage with if it's got a picture.
Somi is lemonade. Yeah, I thought. Yeah. That makes.
One of the things that one of the engineers told me that was like a mentor of mine was that when you're writing even like a technical report, you try to have at least one picture per page, because even people that you think don't give a fuck about pictures, like CEOs and like mine managers and shit, they act like they just find it easier to read if there's like a picture on each page.
It's not like a big textbook you're trying to get through.
Yeah. Otherwise, it's just like, oh my God, I've got to read this Bible. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe do it in crayon as well. Helps the CEOs.
So what do you do these days, Blue? You just jet around?
I don't know that.
You're just living the
I'm
dream,
finding my
aren't you?
purpose every single moment.
Yeah. Cool. Good on you.
Yeah, I'm just cruising around. My dad's coming out here in a couple of weeks. I'm going to hang out with him, and I've got this retreat I'm going to. I'm not sure what I'm doing in the next half of the year though, like where I'll be or whatever. I'm enjoying Central America, South America, and but I don't know. Maybe I've got a friend in India. Maybe I'll go visit him.
What specifically about South America are you enjoying? Anything specific that you like about South America?
Yeah, Mexico is pretty awesome. No, I mean, the girls are beautiful. I'm meeting tons of people, and I've been doing a lot of like nature stuff. Like I've been checking out caves, tons of caves. I was like going to like small little kind of pueblos in Mexico, and we'd end up meeting up with some locals, and they'd take us caving. So not even tourist stuff, just stuff where it's just locals taking you out to a cave somewhere. And I did some amazing, like there's some intense caves.
And you've still got all your kidneys?
Still got my kidneys. Yeah, man. Mexico, I feel more danger in
as well.
No, I feel more danger in America than I do in Mexico. I feel
Other anarchists have said that it's like propaganda.
Well, in America, you have all these crazy people. Like you just like people will say something to you on the street, or even like accost you on the street for no reason, and then just start, and you're just like, what the fuck is this? Is this person crazy or whatever? Whereas in Mexico, you can suss it out. You know, like it's pretty. If you're friendly, you're fine. If you're friendly and chilled, you're just.
Yeah.
I mean,
Jeff Berwick used to say that if you go to the places that are on the list of like the no-go zones, then it's like those places have been put on the list to stop you from going there, and they're actually fine. They're like safe as. But I mean, look, don't just assume that and then go and get like kidnapped or whatever. Like this is not travel advice. I'm not a professional travel agent, and this is not travel advice, but he was basically saying that it's propaganda designed to stop you from going to the places that are free for Americans to see what freedom actually looks like.
Yeah, I don't know if it's that, but it's definitely the reality's always distorted. The same as when we had Steph on the other week. He was we're hearing about all these riots in France, and he's saying, well, there's very isolated pockets, and you don't hear or see much of it. So, yeah, I think that's a worldwide phenomenon.
I saw a video of these people having coffee at like a cafe in Paris or something, and there's literally like a riot with like fire bombs and shit. And fires are breaking out, and they're like literally just sitting there having a chat at a cafe while these fires and fire bombs and shit are like breaking out, like literally,
because they know they're not the target.
20
they know they're
meters
not
away.
The target of that shit, man.
Yeah, but still,
you know what I mean?
man,
like
I would at least be looking,
I saw this.
bro.
There was
like, I would be looking over to be like, yo, what the fuck, like.
There was a video from a couple of years ago with the yellow vest protests, and this dude was like obviously in Paris filming a whole lot of these protests, and then the camera it pulls back, and he shows like a balcony, just an apartment couple down from him. This couple just fucking, like this guy standing behind this woman, just fucking, while this massive protest is going on in the street.
Fucking legend.
So everyone's having their own experience.
So how long was this cruise for? It was a few days, or
It was like 4 days. Yeah, it was 4 days, 3 or 4 days. I think it was like something like that, like Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night, something like that. Yeah, 3 or 4 days, and it was pretty fun. It's just like this massive. I don't know if you guys ever been on a cruise. That was my first cruise. It's just basically like this massive hotel that everybody is on, and like it's fun because it's good for a Hex meetup because everyone's just all you have to do is wander around and you'll bump into someone, and there's there's free food if you want free food. You can pay more, you can buy more expensive stuff if you want more expensive stuff. I don't know. We went into the Bahamas, and so we went to Nassau and like checked that out and stuff. And they have this other private island that the cruises all kind of go into, and it's like this big kind of Disneyland island that you can walk around within maybe like an hour or something, and everyone's just like, like. Yeah, it's not Epstein. It's like full tourism, like mega tourism plus. It's like, yeah, and it's pretty fun. I think it's a really good idea for a Hex meetup, because like it really is just about everyone just hanging out and having fun and having dinner together, chatting and whatever, dancing at night. So the cruise is a perfect place because when it was in other places, it'd like everyone would have to organize and which restaurant are we going to and blah blah blah. And it's like,
yeah, I'm not a massive fan of cruises. I've only been on one.
Go on, Jexer?
Just because I hate being sort of shuttled around and you've got to, they pull up a port, you got like half a day to run off, see something and get back on, and you get sort of bloody herded around like cattle. But I guess for something like a conference, it would probably work out all right, I guess. You can hear me?
Yeah.
I can hear you, Jackson.
I mean, a conference would be interesting. It's like you got to really have really interesting things to say to
So you want more freedom, Jackson?
What's going on?
Yeah, I'm not a massive. A bit delayed.
You want to be able to run your own schedule.
Yeah. That's why we always travel independently. I just can't handle cruises.
I've just been told that cruises are really good value,
love them, man.
And I think people that go on cruises, they just don't leave the boat. Like,
if that's the thing, like,
you know what I mean. If you just want,
that sounds like torture to me. Like just sitting there for a week, sitting around a port on a boat. Yeah, I got to get out and explore.
A week seems like a long time on a boat. I could deal with like
they got tons of things you can do. Like me and
it's a floating city, dude. It's not a boat. It's a floating city. You wouldn't even like.
Yeah, you got tons of shit you can do. Like if you want to go play table tennis, if you want to go play volleyball, if you want to go play,
and you could literally like make it so you don't even see water. Like that, there's so much shit you can do. They've got fucking casinos in them. Like sporting activities. Fucking, you could fuck on a balcony overlooking a riot or some shit. I don't know. Like
as the boat's going down, as the boat's sinking,
boats and hose. But isn't there a song called Boats and Hose? There's like
you can fuck on a balcony overlooking other people fucking on balconies.
I think like these boats are so big, some of them got internal balconies. So like you could have a room with a balcony that doesn't look at water, it looks inside the ship. These things are fucking huge.
Yeah.
I had a balcony. It's psycho.
It's pretty beautiful though. Yeah.
Crypto Phil is asking, is there pole dancing on the boat? Probably.
Oh my God, the Hex pump is real. Oh my days. Well, you know that flag target I drew? It just got hit. That flag I drew at the start of the stream. I don't even need to pull up receipts. It's in the same video. Rewind, bitches, and go and look at the flag I drew. Target hit.
Bring it up, dude. Bring it up. Let's see what you did.
Oh, I mean, I've deleted the actual drawing of the flag, but I've got the chart.
You said it was going to go up to what? It's at 5.4 now.
5.5 cents. Oh, in fact, it's kind of still here. I've modified it a bit though, but you guys remember seeing it. I'll just share the screen.
Are we at 5.5 cents?
Flex. Well, it's pulled back a tiny bit since there, but yes, we are. We went there and pulled back a tiny bit. Check out this fucking flex. There's the 5-minute chart. that was the flag extension, like the measured move off the flag, because that was the flagpole.
Yeah,
that was the measured move, and
it went there.
and because at the time that I drew it, I'd drawn it more as a triangle, so it had started like the measurement had started slightly lower. This flag would actually call for a slightly higher target, but anyway, for all for shits
Close
and
enough.
giggles, it fucking did it. And that's how TA works.
So do you
Horoscopes for men. You heard it here first.
So what do you guys reckon? Do you reckon Hex is going to dump after the fork? Like if it happens in the next couple of days?
Well, that leads into the conversation we were just having about is the price being pushed down now to avoid.
It's still going up. It's still going up. This is the Hex Late Show pump, bitches. Recognize. Bow down
Hex
and
Late Show
respect.
pump.
Kiss
Hex
Richard's ring.
Late Show pump.
Then swing by.
It's such an interesting situation, isn't it? Because as soon as like 2 years ago, we found out about PulseChain.
Oh my god!
And we kind of like,
oh.
and we all kind of guessed at the time. Okay, when the fork happens, Hex will probably dump a bit, right? Like people will buy up before the fork, they'll dump it. But because we've had so many kind of not even false alarms, but we've had so many times where people thought it's coming in the next couple of days, and it's just gone on, and it's kind of like, so you kind of think. If everyone
people got exhausted
if everyone dumps, like someone else is just going to buy it up. Like, like someone would have thought that, but it's like how many people would have thought that, hey? And what do you guys reckon? Do you think maybe it's just going to bobble along as it always does, and probably maybe get somewhere to like 1.2x worth what both of them would be worth, kind of thing. I don't know. What do you reckon?
Yeah, take a poll. Look at what the majority thinks. That is what is definitely not going to happen. And then use power of deduction to realize that this pump is fucking green as fuck. It's pumping, bro. It's fucking pumping.
Yeah, I think there'd be. We were having a bit of a chat about this a number of streams ago, Bluey, and there's a fair bit of game theory, or a fair bit of interesting things that the OA could do with liquidity pools, which could bring the hexes back into line.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, isn't it?
So the
thing is, if the OA dumps a massive amount of liquidity, but if the OA does do that and like ties Hex to Hex with a massive amount of liquidity, that kind of goes against what Richard was saying he kind of wanted people to do, and that he wanted people to bridge their ERC20s to create pools with ERC20s over on PulseChain.
Yeah, but that's the way you can bridge you can exchange your
I'm just saying that if the OA does that in a big way, it's not going to make it economically very incentivized for people to do it.
With Hex.
No.
But it would incentivize.
Anything else.
Yeah. Don't you think it would incentivize like other big players in other ecosystems if it works out well for Hex? Right? If that pairing works out well for Hex,
think you can do it. It can't be done with the others.
Bro.
There's no way.
They can't do it? They can't do it? If you've got big bag holders, couldn't do the same thing that
not in the
big
way.
Hex bag
holders. Not in the way this is. No, it's just different proportions.
Bro, this thing's pumping. Pumping with volume.
We pump it,
pumping with volume. By the way, the TD count is on a 9. So this would suggest that maybe after this massive mega candle, this hourly, we might have the next few hours could be a pullback, but then the green would theoretically continue, I think. But yeah, this is good. So we're 5.5 cents right now. This thing's pumping. By the way, the Hex ETH chart hasn't even reached the top of the channel yet. There's the top of the channel, which I also said it was likely to head towards. Effectively, every single thing I said at the start of the stream has come true, including Richard not timing the market. And this is where it's at. So look at this. Wait, look at this thing. This is the hourly chart, and this thing just teleported up. Look at this. Look at this gap, bro. Crypto doesn't have gaps because it's a 24-hour market. Oh yeah, hold my beer. Hex about to teleport past these bitches. Like straight up. Bro, can you imagine people that were panic selling below 5 cents?
All right. So we just got to get above that line and hold that, hey, mate?
I would like to see that. Yeah, I would like to break out of that downtrend. That would be sweet, seeing as like we've had enough downward action to last the entire life cycle of a 15-year stake. I've seen enough red candles on Hex to last me that 15-year length. But yeah, getting out of this downtrend would be sweet.
Yeah. Well, look, I think as a community, I think we're all ready. Both
yeah, we're ready
spiritually, and everyone that's wanted to do the validating stuff.
We've been ready for 22 months, man.
Yeah. So I think we'll will it into existence one way or the other.
Hey,
Bro.
while we're all here, let's have this. I want to talk about this. We'll continue doing this Hex Late Show at this time, but we were talking about doing one that fits in with your time, Bluey, a bit better. Let's just work it out now on stream, since we never like getting us four together to discuss this like a time is just impossible. So we might as well just work it out on stream here.
You know what? This time now, like even an hour before this would be perfect for me.
Wait, that was when we started.
When did you start? That's when you started? Okay,
we started 2 hours ago.
We started 2 hours ago.
Yeah, I was in Mexico. Oh, you started 2 hours ago, like 7:30 for me. Yeah,
but you don't have to come right at the start. You can just come in an hour late. Yeah, I'll come in
halfway. Yeah, I'll do that. That's either that or in the evening for me. Like if you want to do it another time or a different kind of show or something.
No expectations, you know.
That works out well if this is better for you now.
Yep, because we were talking about. I was going to do this one anyway, but then maybe doing one on.
We'll do another.
Obviously, it needs to be something different, right? I know we'll
maybe we do a
UFC.
Maybe we could do a UFC. Maybe we could do a UFC Hex stream or something, and we get like the people who are into, because there's so many Hexicans into like MMA and stuff, huh? We could. I don't know. What do you reckon?
We can work it out. I want to have like a whole show like dedicated to you telling people to shut the fuck up. That would be my favorite.
We haven't I'm pretty sure rant for a while.
I'm pretty sure the last time I did that, I think you got me to do it to Maddie. I think it was, and he banned me soon after that.
Oh, really? I got you to do it.
Well, it was on stream, yeah, because like I was saying it, and then I think it was after Maddie did all that stuff with Hedron, where he came out saying that really weird, like he thought the OA was gonna change something and write Hedron out of or something. There was some kind of he said something really stupid, so we had a reaction to that, and then he banned me.
So have you made up since then?
No, I saw him in Las Vegas last time, but we don't really talk much. I mean, when all that stuff happened and I went over to Las Vegas, I kind of went up to Maddie and tried to have a personal chat like about me talking about Hedron, but at that time he was, I don't know, he's a bit of an avoidant, so we haven't basically, yeah. So we haven't. Maybe I'll, because I think he's coming.
Maddie's listening, man. He's on a 22-hour drive right now. He said it in the chat.
Oh, is he?
Right now.
G'day, Maddie. Hey, Maddie, I'd love to go on.
Yeah, you could make up here on stream. It'd be a
I'd do a makeup stream. I don't think he probably doesn't even know we're fighting, apart from that he blocked me because he thought I was an idiot. That's all.
One-sided thing.
It's funny. Gold. I'm sure there's a lot of that goes on in the community.
Oh yeah, there's all sorts of personalities. Let's just say.
Do you think, Bluey, if let's just say that whole pairing of Hex by the OA happens, right? Do you think the SA would do that with Hedron?
Wait, aren't we all the SA?
It's a really
No.
well, the SA is also a separate entity, but
We are all the SA is an NFT thing that you could have. I can't remember exactly
when you get into collecting interest.
I took that shit literally. I thought we were all part of the SA. Like I thought we're all the SA.
We don't know who
you
the SA
are.
is.
You are.
Yeah.
You are to an extent. Like everyone has the token. If it dumps, it means the OA is dumping.
But this is
Wait,
sort
so
of
we're
like
sharing the
maybe-
losses, but not the control. Like
The SA
is that the
is
deal here?
We can share the gains
What
as
is
well.
this? The government? Like
the SA is to Hedron what the OA is to Hex.
socialized losses.
Although
privatized
the
gains?
SA has,
Like,
although the SA has a ton more options of things that they can do. Like they're sitting on it because they did the We Are All the SA. They got a ton of Maxi, a ton of Hex, a ton of USDC, a ton of ETH, all that stuff. So they can create HSIs and feed them through the auction if they need to. They can. He has a lot of ways to, well, they have a lot of ways to keep the whole machine going. Whereas the OA really all they can do is hold stuff liquid or maybe provide liquidity.
holy shit, bros! Whatever Somi was tweeting has obviously gone viral because he's listed as trending for me, which I've never seen before for anyone other than Richard.
Yeah, Richard was 20. Do that trending though? Is that like local to your kind of?
I mean, it doesn't say it doesn't say trending for you, but maybe it is influenced by. I mean, I do see a lot of like PulseChain, PulseX, Hex, Richard Hart, like so. Maybe it is somewhat tailored for your.
I've got Klaus Schwab. I don't know what that says about me.
Yeah,
well, I mean,
got
mine's
that
top
I got that at
G.
the bottom as well.
Mine's top G, Met Gala, taxpayers, and Somi. Huh.
So how do we all get different trending? That doesn't make sense, does it? Unless they're just like saying
they just make up
trending
whatever
is
shit
just
they want.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I'm just looking at
Hedron is ripping as well, is it?
The payout per T-share Hex at the moment for the last few days. To me, it looks like we're well and truly like 6.5. You know, we're well and truly in that range now. For quite a while, we're in the low 6s, and now we're just like on that 6.5.
Well, I think we've broken below 10. We've broken below 10 million T-shares, I think.
Yeah.
So
I
that's
saw something about that.
Yeah, that's happened a lot quicker than what everyone imagined. Like it's actually gone deflationary a lot quicker. I'm sure that'll change.
Yeah, it's been a couple of days.
Green
been below.
I'm sure green candles will. Yeah, I'm sure green candles will change that. But yeah, it's been interesting to see that. So if you're a long-term staker, you're getting a bigger piece of the pie every day at the moment.
Is this?
I'm not sure.
It's only like 8,000, like 7,000, almost 8,000 T-shares off 10 million. That's just a that's a dolphin. We're a dolphin off off 10 million.
Yeah.
But it's probably going to keep going down. Even if it comes up slightly, it will probably, keep going down. That seems to be what the trend is.
That will get harder and harder to keep getting more because if price chart goes up, T-share rate goes up, that's going to get very rare very quickly, I think. So, yeah, that's a lot sooner than what I thought it was going to happen. Getting rarer and rarer. Your little golden goose is getting less of them. And that's it'll be interesting to see what happens when that flows over to PulseChain and see what. I reckon we'll get a spike up in T-shares. I think there's been a lot of people in sort of no man's land with their Hex. They haven't committed to any long-term stakes because you've literally been in a holding pattern for 2 years. If you wanted to do something different on each chain, you couldn't. You wouldn't go send something out 10 years on the ETH side if you were wanting to have a bit of flexibility on between the two. So, yeah, I think we'll see that spike up again once we have the chains for.
So have you guys heard anything more about the INC token? Like, I know that Richard hates it and doesn't want to do it, but he is doing it. Do we know any kind of like tokenomics of that other than it's going to be infinite inflation and
No, so what I heard, and I must admit this is just things I've gleaned up. I haven't really done any reading, but it issues, if I've got it right, it issues one every second. So that you can calculate how many a year that issues. Yeah. So it issues one every second. So let's just say I'm just picking out a random number here. There's 30 million issued in the first year. I mean, if someone's sitting there and chat and they want to work out
how many seconds in a year, there's got to be trillions or quadrillions, no?
No. Yeah, so let's say it's 30 million tokens issued in the first year. Well, in the second year, you get another 30 million tokens issued, but that's 50% of the supply. So then each year, you're still getting the same amount of tokens issued. So the amount of supply getting issued relative to the whole supply is getting rarer. So there's actually some interesting, there's some interesting dynamics there in that. It's not an infinitely
and so but it only gets to. So what happens? So it's printed at 1 per second.
So 31.5 million seconds per year, Bluey.
There you go. So it's close to 30 million. Yeah.
Okay, so there's like 30 million of these coming out each year, and they'll be distributed according to the pools. At the moment, we don't know whether it's people setting who gets the rewards or if it's just some sort of
DAO or something
defined thing at the start. Like these pools are getting this much incentive. I mean, if they're going to change it, it's going to have. I'm not sure that they're going to want to do that. I think it's going to. Do you think it's going to be something that's just set at the start? And these are the pools, and there's like maybe 20 of them or 100 of them, and they're the only ones getting incentive? Or
no, you want it to be flexible because that's what the tool that you use to encourage liquidity. So let's just say we've got a particular pair we want to encourage liquidity
to market.
You would heavily incentivize that pool. So it's a useful tool for doing that. And
at one stage, people we were going to vote for that. Which ones get which pools get how much? Hey, or there was going to be there was talk about some sort of voting mechanism. Is that that's dropped now? Huh?
Yeah, I don't know. Like it's someone's got to decide. You would think it would make sense to have some community input, but hey, is that the best way to do things? Probably more efficient if someone that knows what they're doing is making that sort of decision. But see what happens. And then there's also a bit of an interesting concept where you then could say, okay, well, if you're earning this ink token, could you do similar to what other projects are doing, where you've got to burn that to get something else, or So there's a few different mechanics that you could do there.
You know, that's something that I thought. That's something that I think Hex can actually learn from other coins that you guys don't want me talking about. But the fact that you build things on other things and create this burning, I know that Richard hates burning money, but geez, it works well for. It's a really smart tokenomic, and works pretty well. Hey.
Well, it's effectively like an airdrop in reverse.
Yeah, I think it has to change over time, though. Like, I don't think that you can. Like, if you have something tied that you can always get this if you burn that, then there's always going to be a price ceiling on the.
Yeah, in saying that, I actually don't think that works for the ink token. I just don't think the supply is
30 to 50 cents each. Wow.
Yeah, I don't think the supply is enough for it to be used effectively for that sort of mechanism. But it's interesting that it has got some I guess it is deflationary or disinflationary. Over time, it will be disinflationary. So there is that. There's going to be less and less of a percentage of the total supply coming out every year. So it's not like it's that one. That's actually could have some value to it.
Interesting.
Mightn't be the shit coin everyone thought it was going to be.
Cookies and I were ripping so hard on buy and burn, like the buy and burn idea in general.
You don't like it?
Like we were just like, wait, maybe if we could create some kind of tokenomics like a buy and burn, then it's just like, it's very cliche and it doesn't actually like just start with a lower supply. Like as in the fuck. Like it just sounds better than it is. And look at tokens that have done it in the past, their performance has been shit house.
No, I agree. A burn doesn't affect price because you still need someone to come in and buy it. But a buy, it does. Like you can't say that it doesn't because that is buy pressure on the price chart. So, did you need both of them? I don't know. But the buy thing's good.
Yeah, the buy is
it's interesting because you have
the burn doesn't matter so much. You could just leave it in an address and never use it. It'd be the same as burning it.
Yeah, there's two sides to a market, isn't there? There's everyone selling and everyone buying, and everyone buying is really what sends price up.
Yeah,
like that consistency of that being pushed up.
What I haven't seen, and I don't know if K4K, I'm assuming he's done this. He's been all over the PulseX side of things. What I haven't seen is, okay, so over a period of time, let's just say let's be generous, $500 million of buy volume generated on the DEX each day. That represents a certain percentage of firepower or dollar value that will be used to buy the PulseX token. So you go and buy it and it pushes the price of the PulseX token up. Cool. And you get the next day, same sort of thing happens. And you can go and buy, let's say the volume's the same, you end up with the same amount of dollar value, but then you can buy less of the PulseX token that next day, but it pushes the price up again higher. And that's like an exponential curve where you're going to be able to buy less and less with the same amount of volume. So I haven't seen if anyone's actually played that out over any length of time to see how effective the buy and burn is over the longer term. Because if you're shrinking the supply and pushing the price up, let's say the token it'll go up in value for sure, but does that buy pressure get less and less over time because the value of the token, the buy is less effective? Does that make sense? I haven't seen anyone extrapolate that out. Maybe they have, but I haven't seen it. I would have assumed K4K's probably done that, but I haven't bothered to check.
All right, guys, we've been going for 2 hours and 20 minutes almost. So let's do let's go around and see what everyone has to say as their final words. Jexer?
Go team. I'm pretty excited. I reckon it's been a really good couple of weeks with everyone in the community firing up validators, and it's been nice to... What's that? Where's that come from? Pretty cool. It's been really good to be part of the community that's building all the validators and everything's been awesome teamwork. And I'm stoked to see all this come out. I'll be running validators for sure. It's gonna be good fun.
Shill your website, dude. Shill your website, Bradshaw Knox.
So Bradshaw Knox is my website. If you go there, I've got the steel plate things. I've got some new courses up for doing the security side of things. And I'll have more tools coming soon, more interesting Web3 sort of projects and things that I'll be launching on there. So, keep going back there and checking from time to time. There's always something new popping up there.
I've been enjoying listening to you, like, or reading some of your tweets and listening to you and Gamma DevOps and everyone just talking about setting up the validators. Like, even though I'm not doing one or anything, it's like it's a really it's a bit of kind of tech porn, nerd porn.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. It's
Just
very
listening
nerdy.
to you guys.
Yeah. Have you been popping into the Telegram chat at all?
Which one?
The Pulse Dev one?
No.
Yeah, that's even more nerdy in there.
Yeah, right.
That's good. Yeah, a lot of people putting in a lot of time and doing it all for free, just as a community effort. So it's good to see.
Telegram chats is like women. You can't have too many. Like, you can't be involved with too many. Otherwise, you just lose track. You just can't follow it.
And run out of time.
Going on.
And get stressed.
Can you be in two chats at once?
Yeah,
you can do that.
It's just,
you can probably be in a few chats at once.
Yeah, you can. But if you've got too many going at the same time, it's not going to work out.
But the problem is that what you're saying becomes less interesting in some of the chats.
Tangent.
I think the Hex price chart speaks for itself right now. So I'll just read out a tweet that I wrote when Hex was just below 5 cents a few hours ago. I've never been more bullish on Hex and PulseChain. Not even cookies could FUD me out of my bags. And so I think that pretty much sums up where I'm at. And LFG.
Let's do it.
Awesome.
LFG, let's go. Let's go. I'm all good. Enjoying life, and that's it.
Enjoying life.
You're living the dream, Bluey.
You are living the dream, dude. Dude, I wish you'd come over to Europe back when I was over there.
Yeah, I know.
That would have been good.
Well, I nearly did, man. Like, I literally turned up to. You guys probably don't know this, but I was in Colombia, and I turned up to the airport, and I have 2 passports. I've got American and Australian, and on both those passports, I was 1 day out from having 3 months of left before my passports expired.
Oof.
So they wouldn't let me fly to Europe.
Oh, because so even though it was still valid, they insist on you having enough buffer. Like,
you have to have more than 3 months on your passport. If you have under 3 months, they wouldn't let me on. Yeah. So
what's the rationale behind
you
that?
should together with your passport.
They don't want you to like get stuck or some shit. Like, they don't like. They want to make sure that you've definitely.
They've got to have
some
some cutoff
back or some shit. Like, they don't.
They got
you know what I mean?
They got to have some cutoff, don't they? So
yeah, you've got to choose that. You've got to choose that cutoff point at some point. You can't just let someone leave with like a day left.
But it's even like I was only going to go for a few. I was going to go for a month or something.
Of the fucking passport.
Well, I mean, I reckon it should be
expiry date if that's not the expiry date.
Exactly. I reckon it should be if you can show that you've got a return flight for before that passport expires. You should be
fuck all that noise, dude. Fuck all that noise. Why are they trying to micromanage everyone's shit?
How about this?
Fucking when the guy gets stuck somewhere else, they've got embassies. Go get another fucking passport and go back. What's the control?
Yeah. How about no borders, bro?
No.
How about no borders?
Yeah. How about
I don't mind borders. No, I don't mind borders. I'm just saying, why do they have like? No. You've got a 3-month fucking passport. You can't go anywhere. Like, fuck that noise, man. That's bullshit.
I'm a self-sovereign human being. I should be able to go
idea.
wherever the fuck I want. Like, I should be able to go anywhere on this globe without any restriction. As long as I'm not harming others, I should be free to traverse this globe.
Think about how ridiculous it is. That, Bluey, you had a valid passport.
Yeah.
And they're like, you can't go anywhere, motherfucker.
Two.
You had 2 valid passports. You can't go anywhere, motherfucker. Because this shit expires in 3 months.
When they were first brought in, when they first brought in passports, it was only an idea that they were going to do for temporary. It was only going to be for a year or 2.
Nothing's ever temporary.
Before World War One. I know, but that's what I'm saying. It's like, fuck you, dudes. Your passports. Fuck off.
It's good in Europe, though, because you don't need a passport in Europe. You can just have like an identity card and you can just go anywhere in Europe. So that shit's a bit easier there.
I mean, you can cross borders in Europe without even seeing anyone. Like you just drive over, no?
Yeah, you can ski across borders in the French Alps.
There you go.
You can
Roller
ski to
skate.
Italy.
Oh my god, guys! Google has a VPN. Lol, lol, bro, lol. That's the funniest shit. That's the funniest tech news I've ever seen. Who the fuck?
What
would
was
trust
that social? What was that
Shit,
social
bro.
network that Google had? Google, what was it? Google Plus.
Oh, dude, Google
Remember
Plus.
that?
You're right.
Yeah. So
I
that
knew
VPN
one
was
chick.
something
I
else.
knew
Worse
one chick
idea
that
than
used
Google
that.
Plus.
Like a high school girlfriend of mine used that, and she was the only person I knew who ever used it. No one else used it. Dude, that thing failed hard.
Very hard, yes.
That
Well,
shows how
not as hard
difficult
as-
some of this shit is. That you can have like unlimited money and also already a massive existing user base and still fail. That's maybe a word of warning to some of these social media platforms that people think, oh, if they just have their own currency, then they'll be like way more hardcore than a bank because they've already got the user base. They just give them the fucking ability to transact or whatever. And that's not necessarily the case.
That's why
Motley
I paid
Investor
40
wants to know,
Yep.
Tangent, if this is the last chance for 5-cent hex.
Last chance, baby. Last chance. This is last chance for the 5-cent range, baby. It's the last chance that you're going to get for between 5 and 6. Last chance. Last chance, BB. LFG, BB. Let's fucking go.
All right. We've
Do
been
not
going for
fade
2
hex.
hours and 2 hours and 27 minutes. I want to say thank you to each and every one of you guys. Tangent, Jexa, Bluey, thanks for coming on. Love having you on, Bluey.
Do not fade the hexagon.
Keep streaming together because you've been on holidays for too long, mate. You need to come back to work.
Never.
And I want to thank everyone in the chat. I think Wake Up Hex is on in a couple of minutes with Dust Bomb and DJ Cryptomatic and Papa Boner and all that crew. So stick around, and those guys will be on any minute. Anyone want to say anything else before we shut it down?
Don't ever fade the hexagon.
Peace.